So hi,
Perfect.
Gillian. Thanks for
Hello.
joining us today and talking about Rain Wellness. When I heard about the brand, I thought, wow, why didn't I think of like that? The whole point, which you're going to explain about the sustainability side of this, and it makes a lot of sense because that's a lot of plastic use. And of course, we're talking about tampons. And yeah, I mean, there's so much plastic waste, and we're really trying our best to create a sustainable planet. So this is an interesting concept. So thank you for joining us and tell us what it's all about.
Thank you. Well, thanks so much for having me. This is very exciting. I was so excited to get the message from Heather about it.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, we look around at the products that we use day to day and the brands that we engage with, and there's such a focus on a sustainability aspect and trying to get rid of, chemicals in the products and of course the plastic waste and trying to reduce packaging and everything. And when I looked at kind of the products in our ecosystem and that we use on a daily basis, it seemed like a lot of companies were doing it, but it hadn't yet impacted or come to the period space. And it was interesting to me because, people with periods, they have a variety of products they can use, but people that with periods that use tampons, they're using maybe a box a month, and that's significant. And when you look at those single-use plastic applicators that are used for, a second or two to help put in a tampon, it just seemed like there was something that we could do as a brand to make it better. And the non-plastic options on the market, as people with periods will know, they're often not very nice to put in. The cardboard applicator might be a little uncomfortable and all of that. So there was definitely a space that I saw to both make it sustainable, but also obviously a very good product. And in addition to that, make a positive environmental impact by partnering with the nonprofit Ocean Works to remove plastic waste from the environment for every box sold. So it was kind of a culmination of factors, but trying to bring that sustainability aspect into the period space, which just didn't seem to exist.
Yeah, and like you're saying, it's just something that's like it's like a single-use plastic that's used for like a second. So, yeah, I mean, there obviously must be alternatives, and yes, there is the cardboard ones, which are not very comfortable, and that was it. Otherwise, there was ones without any applicator at all, right? Um,
Exactly, yeah. And so I have both. I have two products without applicator, so they're called, just digital. And then I have two with a like ergonomically designed cardboard applicator. So it's like, actually made to feel good when it goes into the body and smooth and insertion process and everything, so that you still get the ease of an applicator and kind of that comfort for people that prefer to use an applicator, but without the plastic waste, which I mean, it's a win-win. And each product's also wrapped in paper, so there's not even that little plastic wrapping that's often on tampons. It's a recyclable paper wrapper as well.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing when you think about all the products on the market out there, how they, and obviously they've been out there for years, how this wasn't into consideration at all, right? It was just like, what's the most convenient, easy, simple way to create something and brand something. So, I mean, it's important for every space to really think about this in terms of sustainability. And what about the actual product itself? I mean, the like, are tampons toxic? I mean, they can be toxic if you leave them in too long. I mean, what's the story behind that?
Yeah, so definitely tampons in general, there's the risk of toxic shock always, and that, it might be a bit lower with organic, but I have to say, like, toxic shock is something that can come with tampons, although it's very rare. And of course, there's warnings in each tampon box and everything. But our tampons are manufactured in a very responsible way. I call them responsibly sourced tampons. And so from the farm where the cotton is grown all the way through the manufacturing process, they're highly certified. They're certified by GOTS, which is the Global Organic Textile Standards. It's the highest like global organic standard that can be met. And so the manufacturer is certified organic. The cotton is, of course, certified organic. And while being organic, that certification also exemplifies the need for and ensures that the manufacturer is following fair labor practices as well. So it's kind of a holistic, kind of all-inclusive manufacturing standard that is met, as well as being certified by the Vegan Society, Health Canada. Obviously, it's a a product that goes in our bodies. It has to be licensed by Health Canada. So they're really held at a high standard, and they're manufactured at a really cool facility in Spain. They have a electric dam on site. So I think because of some regulations, they can't use that power, but they're able to contribute that power back to the power grid and everything. And they're in this really cool old stone building. So it's, as soon as I found the manufacturer, and we just kind of were really aligned on what we wanted to do and what we saw the benefit of in terms of responsibly sourced products. So the products are super clean, just 100% organic cotton. There's none of the bleaches, visco, super absorbents, any of that are often found in more mainstream period products. Just the ingredient list is literally 100% organic cotton. So it's pretty cool that way. And I'm really proud to be able to say that, because there's more and more literature coming out now about what we can find in tampons sometimes in terms of chlorine bleaches and even pesticides. If the cotton is grown with the use of pesticides, that cotton then has pesticides and it goes into our body. So yeah, I know
about all those things. And, this is something that is literally in our bloodstream, right? And obviously this is anything that goes into your bloodstream if it's toxic, can be toxic to your bodies. And then of course we do this for how many years of our lives.
Exactly.
This is something to really take serious and consider. What kind of damage can this kind of like a bad product do to your body?
It's interesting. The kind of studies around this aren't super conclusive yet. I think now that period health is getting kind of more normalized in conversation, I do think the industry is going to see a lot more discussion about it. If you asked an obstetrician, gynecologist, somebody in that space, they'll say, for the most part, yes, of course, organic is better. It's just like being able to say, organic food on the whole is typically better. So we don't know exactly kind of the cost, I'll call it the health cost of using non-organic. But I think if we're putting something into our bodies in an extremely absorbent part of our bodies, the cleaner it can be, the better. It's like, all the beauty stuff coming out about what's in our face creams, all of that. It's for our benefit, I think, to definitely use clean. And I can't talk to the kind of long-term health benefits, but again, a really super absorbent part of our body that we're using, 16, 18, 20 tampons maybe per cycle, every 3 to 4 weeks, the numbers add up really quickly. So I think the cleaner that it can be, absolutely the better.
Yeah, for sure. And so that's two major points about putting something cleaner or healthier in your body, and then doing something that's beneficial or helpful to the planet as well. And it sounds like you have a lot of different touch points too in terms of sustainability, because that's the whole talk about like greenwashing or whatever. But anyway, every brand is going to try and do their best in all of those areas. It's hard to check the box of like 100% of covering everything you can possibly do, but it sounds like you've got a lot of those boxes checked.
Thank you. Yeah, I really wanted to make it like a tangible kind of environmental aspect for people. And there was a study by Forbes that 70% of Gen Z and millennials, who are, mostly my target market, 70% of them really think and look at brands that have a bigger purpose than just the product itself or just the brand. And they're more likely to purchase and kind of get brand loyal and invested in a brand that has a bigger purpose. So, I kind of foundationed the company on 3 main things, which is I wanted it to be good for the user, organic, plastic free, all of that good stuff. I wanted it to look good. The branding, I'm sure you've seen on the website, it's kind of chic. Thank you. Yeah, chic and elevated, and it can sit on your shelf with your makeup brands and kind of fit into your daily aesthetic. And then I also wanted to make a sustainable impact. And so partnering with Ocean Works, it's a nonprofit based out of Boston, and they're a plastic waste removal nonprofit. We came up with a really kind of easy and tangible 1-for-1 method. So for every box of Rain tampons sold, they remove a pound of plastic waste from the environment from their different projects around the world. And it was a nice way, I think, and an easy way, and a way that mattered to me, that to say our products are plastic free, but let's do more. You go onto a beach now in a lot of parts of the world and you'll see colorful little tampon applicators everywhere, along with bottles and all sorts of plastic waste. But when we just look at even those tampon applicators, how can we kind of do better as a brand, and how can we allow our consumers and our community to really take an active part in some environmental sustainability. And I just love Ocean Marks. As soon as I found them, I was looking at a few different nonprofits and everything. And it was just, they were amazing. And they were so excited to kind of be part of this new period product brand that really kind of wanted to go further. So I wanted to make it easy for my community to say, with each purchase, I'm making an impact.
Yeah, it's really a perfect alliance, because that's the whole point, or one of the main points of why you've created the brand.
Exactly. Yeah, I wanted people to kind of get invested, and also for companies as well. Let's say I'm selling to a hotel, for example. The hotel also then can take a really active part. You look at any annual report for a hotel now, and it's all about reducing single-use plastic or single-use products. And so think of, if a hotel chain, I mean, nobody has yet, but hopefully one day, if a hotel chain purchase Rain products for their hotel, with that purchase to allow their clients to use them, they're also taking part in that plastic action. So it's a really interesting kind of arrangement that I've come up with them, and I'm really proud of it.
Right. And sort of almost in turn, because they're selling your products, they're also helping to contribute to the cause.
Exactly.
In a roundabout way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, it's something I'm really proud of. And it's been a nice kind of way for my community to get engaged.
Yeah. And where are you sold?
So right now I'm just in Canada right now. I'm in 5 independent retailers in the Greater Toronto area. I'm on well.ca, so people across Canada can get the product, within a couple days. And then I'm currently in discussions with a very large retailer, which we're just in the discussion phase, so it's not confirmed whatsoever, but I'm really trying to make the product accessible in the places that people with periods frequent every day. And that's been a really big determining factor of how my rollout strategy has gone from the beginning. Is it's amazing to be sold online, and if people plan ahead, then that's great. But also I want it that if somebody gets their period, I want them to be able to walk to the store where they get everything else and be able to purchase clean, impactful period products. And so some of my competitors are very D2C focused, which is amazing. Again, you can, that's great, but I really wanted to be retail focused to ensure that the product was where people needed it when people with periods needed it.
Well, yeah, you need the visibility too. So and just like starting any brand, you need visibility and your own marketing, and of course we were saying, your brand looks fantastic. It's beautiful. The boxes are beautiful. I'm guessing the boxes are all recyclable as well.
Right? Yeah, and no plastic or anything wrapped in, like they don't come wrapped in plastic or anything.
Yeah. Well, this is great. I hope to see you in Shoppers Drug Mart.
Oh, I'm trying. It's really interesting. It's the retail landscape is something that is challenging for a small brand to approach. And so I feel very lucky. I've had a lot of help from individuals who are more experienced in this space and want to see this product on shelves. And so they're helping me kind of navigate the retail landscape, because as a small brand, it's challenging and it's expensive to get into big stores. And I hope somewhere like Shoppers Drug Mart would be the dream, right? Because you go into Shoppers Drug Mart to buy shampoo, get your prescription, drop off your Canada Post package, whatever it is. And so to be able to access these products, that's my ultimate end goal, so that people can, make an impact with every purchase, but do it without having to go to a specialty store.
Yes. And you're Toronto based, yeah?
I'm in Collingwood, yeah, so just north of Toronto. I grew up in Owen Sound, so I ended up in Collingwood kind of through the COVID times and all that stuff. And I've stayed, and it's a nice community for entrepreneurship. There's a nice supportive base of people. And again, it's been interesting kind of existing in this natural organic health space. It's a small world, and people are really willing to help. And it's been a really welcoming experience. Even I did a trade show a month ago in Vancouver, and people just want to help new brands. And it was really cool. It was like one of the most, I think, impactful things I could have done, and just getting those connections and talking to people. And it's so exciting to talk about the brand and all of that.
Yeah, and because there's so much more awareness and information about healthy products and sustainability, that everyone wants to be on board with that. And part of it is knowledge and information. So when you have that knowledge and information, you can sit and make an educated decision for your own health and for the planet. And who doesn't want to have a healthier body and help with sustainability for the planet? So
absolutely.
It's a win-win if you're creating any products like that. and the consumer is so much more educated. They're more well read, and this kind of product and sustainability and health is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. It's just growing.
Absolutely. Yeah. And trying to make it as well accessible as a price point that people can purchase clean wellness products without it being, double the price of a conventional tampon. So that's something I've really worked closely on as well, is trying to keep my price at a point where, yes, it is inherently going to be more expensive than, a generic Tampax or something, but trying to keep it at a price point where if you're comparing two products, you're like, you know what? Yeah, I believe in this one and this one is better for me. And I can purchase it and try, I am working with an organization this summer called Propel Impact, and they're working with me to work on some financial modeling to see if we can also incorporate donating product to period poverty as well. So, whether it's for every 10 boxes sold, some is donated. I'm not sure yet. I start working with these two individuals in about a month, but we're going to try as well to examine the period poverty aspect as well, because anybody with a period should be able to access clean period products. It comes at a cost, period products in general. So that's kind of the next thing I want to look at now that I've kind of really focused in on the sustainability aspect. How can we do that and also make it accessible to people with periods in a wide spectrum? So yeah, it's an exciting time. There's a lot happening.
Well, it's a very interesting starting point for all the good that you're doing for the planet.
Thank you. Thank you. We're trying my best here.
So great. So for now, you're at myreignwellness.com, and it's REIGN wellness.com. So we can find you there, and also on Instagram.
Yeah, my handle is at rain.wellness. So you'll see there. And then I do some collaborative marketing as well through Coco Market, which is one of the stores in Toronto that has been so supportive from the beginning, as well as well.ca. So shortly, there should be some collaborative marketing coming out through their channels as well, which is always helpful. They have big followings.
Fantastic. Okay, well, we'll look out for that. We have a wellness section on Beauty Hub magazine, so there'll be a feature there for you as well. And we'll talk about sustainability and health and wellness, and all good things for you and the planet.
Amazing. Thank you, Cheryl. This was really fun. I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me.
Yeah, well, thanks for talking to me from Jamaica.
Of course. Of course.
Lucky. I wish I was there.
It's quite nice. Yeah, I can't complain.
Fantastic. Okay, well, all the best, and we will be in touch soon.
Sounds good. Thanks so much, Cheryl. Have a great day.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.